agelessness. And so every time you hear of the Ancient of Days, there will be a description of his hair. In Daniel chapter 7, he said, and the courts began to appear. And he said, thousands of angels appeared. And when the court session was ready, he said, the Ancient of Days appeared. And he said, when he appeared, his hair was as white as wool. He speaks of his purity and his agelessness. And so the hair is not for fashion. You go to cut your hair and you barb skin cut or you barb punk because you think hair is for fashion. A man is supposed to carry hair if he's pure. If a man loses purity, he loses the right to carry hair. Because hair means purity. And when a man becomes old, the sign is that the hair turns gray. Because the hair represents purity and the hair represents agelessness. But you see, when we don't have access to light, we make spiritual things mundane. And so people think hair is about fashion and to look better. So they do dreadlocks, they barb punk. In the spirit, hair represents your age. And hair represents the testimony of your purity. Because that's what God's hair represents. The hand of God represents two things. The right hand of God represents his power. The left hand of God represents his mercy. You think hand is for eating and for dressing up and for helping you do things. But you see, God is spirit. And so when you look at God, you need to understand what he represents. In Psalm 118 verse 16, he said the right hand of God is power. And he said he doeth valiantly. And so every time you see exploit, spiritual exploit happening, it means God has stretched his right hand. In Habakkuk chapter 3 from verse 3 to verse 4, he said the Lord descended from Tema. He said the Holy One descended from the mountains of Paran. He was talking about the battle of Armageddon. So every time God wants to display his strength, his hand goes to work. And he said, at his right hand is the hiding place of his power. And so when we are talking about the power of God, everything we understand about the power of God is the right hand of God.